Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Myers Hendrickson as the 31st head coach in Western Illinois football history.
I'm a Leatherneck through and through. This is where I feel most comfortable, and I'm excited to be back and honored to be your coach. It is with great pride that I say, once a Leatherneck, always a Leatherneck. Go Necks.
As the man who will now shape forward the future of Western Illinois football, Myers Hendrickson arrives not just as an accomplished and successful head coach from his days at Kansas Wesleyan, but with a fundamental and firsthand understanding of the difficulty of the rebuild he now inherits, one no other candidate in the applicant pool could match. This is, after all, a Macomb native, a former Leatherneck wide receiver himself, and someone who grew up watching his father helm the very job he now holds.
Having a familiarity piece is huge. Having sweat equity here, I care incredibly much about this place. So much so that it's always been a part of who I am. I always felt like my heart and soul was in Macomb. And so being able to come back here, I do understand what some people may see as a perceived lack of something. I actually see it as an opportunity. I'm coming from a school that maybe doesn't even have nearly the resources that a Western Illinois does. So when I come here, and I just look at it all as opportunity and excitement, and that we get to play the best in the country. It's not that we have to play the best, we get to play the best. And I think that creates incredible opportunity.
I said from day one, if we can find somebody who was a Leatherneck themselves, who understands who we are and what we're about and what it takes to win in the Missouri Valley Football Conference, that was the direction I wanted to go.
Macomb is Western and Western Illinois is Macomb, and so to be back in a place I truly believe in and grew up around has been an incredible process. Going through the interview process has made me even more proud to be a Leatherneck. It was a very comprehensive process, and I'm really excited about the future of the tradition that we can build on. We're going to celebrate the tradition, and then we're going to create new excitement for the future of Leatherneck football.
When I had my initial conversation with Myers, it was just wow. To be honest with you, we talked X's and O's, we talked strategy, we talked offense, defense, special teams, but we talked way beyond that. We talk about academically and socially and how he gets his teams involved, not just him. And I just said, wow, this is a leader, right? And so it became very clear in our first conversation, his ability.
This ball coach, Myers, he sees every ball player as a total person. And then when they're done playing ball, he wants them to graduate and be very successful in life. And then he'll do anything he can for any of his former players, literally the rest of their lives.
I'm a product of the people that I grew up around. Of course, it all starts with my father and following in his footsteps offensively, having a lot of the same philosophical beliefs. But then at Macomb High, I learned a lot about the game playing under Kelly Sears and Coach Steve Horrell. And then I had a chance to play here under great coaches at Western Illinois. Doug Roos, my offensive coordinator. Frisman Jackson has been a driving mentor in my coaching career. He was my position coach here, one of the all-time great Leathernecks. Coached me, was my receiver coach, and really every step along the way, Frizz has been there for me. He was the first one to reach out to me about this job, and so that's really been my shaping factors. Has been people that's been around Macomb and been around Western Illinois University.
And on a separate coaching front, Quincy University has promoted from within to fill its women's soccer vacancy. Mackenzie Bellows, who spent the last 3 years as the Lady Hawks lead assistant, was promoted today to become the 5th coach in program history. Bellows holds a master's degree from QU and played Division I herself at Jacksonville State. With your look at Monday Sports, I'm Sports Director Chris Dewar.